Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be planning for the week of June 21st through the 27th, and I'm using the July 2020 subscription kit from Sweet Bean Plans. These subscription kits aren't named as far as I know, but this one is definitely a mermaid theme. I absolutely love the colors in this kit, and I definitely fell in love with the full boxes. The date dots that I'm using are from Temp Loves Crafts. And I am trying to stay away from checklists now, but I had set this spread up quite a while ago, so for this week I am going to pull in at least 2 checklists on Tuesday and Thursday since I already had those headers laid down. For my washi weekend banner, there was a washi that was included in the subscription, but I decided to use that in my bottom washi. So I am pulling in mostly Simply Gilded washi in my weekend banner. There is one from Sweet Bean Plans. In the full boxes, there are pops of lighter green and darker green, so I wanted to pull that into the weekend banner as well. This kit was in a previous format where the bottom washi didn't go all the way across on both sides, so I decided to cut the longer strip in half and use the washi from the sub kit on top of that so that I would have the full bottom washi. In the previous week, we had just celebrated Father's Day, and my sister had decided which weekend she wanted to move in with my brother. He's in Southern California and we're in Northern California. And so for the next few weeks, she was spending a lot of time with us before her move. And I definitely tried to put her in my planner as much as possible, but I feel like she was at her house almost every day before she left. Something that I loved from my 2020 planner was that I had a bunch of photos in the pages in between each month. I would print them on sticker paper and make a little collage in those pages, and that's definitely something that I wanted to do for this planner, but I hadn't started at this point. Since I have multiple planners this year and multiple monthly spreads, I decided for this planner, since I wasn't using the monthly spreads at all, I was going to be putting pictures in my monthly spread so I can have a timeline of everything. And then for the holidays or other days where I had a ton of pictures, I would use those extra pictures to make a collage in the notes pages. This was something I focused a lot on this week. It took a long time for me to look through all my pictures, pick my favorites, edit them, crop them, make them the right size, and cut them out and actually put them in my planner. It's something I really enjoy, but it takes a lot of time, and now that I see this again, I'm reminded that I have to catch up on the months that I haven't done yet. Another big thing this week that you will see come up in the spread is my husband had a couple of tough conversations with his family members. One was about our differences in COVID precautions, and they were upset that we didn't want to go to a wedding that wasn't going to have any COVID precautions. The other was a big misunderstanding kind of related to my husband going through autism testing, and both of these conversations were definitely upsetting this week, but in the end they definitely led to future conversations that were a lot more productive. In my sidebar, starting from the bottom, I have 3 habit trackers. Then I have a blank weekly schedule where I track my sleep as well as my sleep score from my Fitbit app. Then I have my full box and a little washi banner underneath that. I wanted to pull in some of the washi that came with the sub kit. And at the very top, I used a deco sticker paired with the June script from the Glitter Mama. Most of the scripts that I'm using this week are from Station Stickers. I do have a discount code linked in the description box, as well as all the other shops that I use in this spread. Before I get into the week, I did want to show a little bit more of my process with my day extenders. I make them myself just using a blank sheet of sticker paper. I just purchased a box on Amazon, but since this paper has a curved edge, I want to cut off that curved edge to make a straight line so that I can use that for my full boxes. And for one of the techniques I use, I saw it from Andrea from Scribble Prints Co. I'll link her video down below. But basically what I found is that I just need something thinner than the size of the full box, which is 1.5 inches. So I went less than 1.5 inches and I just cut that round edge off. But I'm going to be using that thinner strip for one of the techniques. And for the other one, for my normal technique, I'm using 1.5 inch long strips. The full boxes are 1.5 inches wide, so I'm making all of my strips 1.5 inches wide. And then whatever is left over, I'll be able to use that scrap piece for the first technique that I had mentioned. I really don't have a preference of the methods. I kind of just use them based on what I'm going to actually need for that day. So if I have 2 full boxes, I'll use one method, and if I only have 1 full box, I'll use the other. And the same goes for half boxes or third boxes. For this first full box that I'm going to use on Monday, I'm using the method from Andrea of Scribble Prints Co. She uses this method a lot because she uses a lot of bougie boxes, but for this day I decided to use a full box checklist on the inside since I am trying to stay away from checklists in my spread, but I knew I could use a full box checklist and I would rather have those inside the extenders. The good thing about this method is you end up using a lot less sticker paper, so you can use any scraps that you have. It doesn't have to be a certain width. You could use even a thinner strip of sticker paper than I'm using, but I find that it's a bit more sturdier when you use a little bit of a wider piece. But the whole point is to not use 1.5 inches because then you would really have to focus on making everything straight. With this method, you kind of just put the sticker down and you don't have to worry about the actual sticker paper, the extender piece being straight. You just worry about the full box being straight in the column. With this box, I want the full box flipping up, so I turned the full box upside down and put the sticker paper on the bottom half. And you're basically putting the sticker paper in between 2 full boxes, and then you would have a flap sticking out that you would put into the column. I will say that with the wider piece of sticker paper, it is a little bit harder to line up the full boxes with each other. When it's thinner, you can see more of the line that will guide you, but with the wider paper, you kind of just are using the 2 corners poking out on each side, and that makes it a little more challenging. But I also prefer lining it up on this side because if you mess up, it's easier to start over. Instead of trying to pull apart 2 sticky full boxes, you're mostly pulling the sticker off of the sticker paper, if that makes any sense. But it's all kind of a learning process on what you prefer and what works for you. I think next time I'll try making it a little bit thinner to see if that helps with me lining the full box. I used the same method for Sunday, but with this box I wanted it flipping down since I had the washi banner on Sunday. I thought it would be nice to not have to cover it up. I think I may have put one of the full boxes upside down initially. I always have to pay extra close attention to this method because I'm not as used to it, and with how you want the box to flip, you have to really pay close attention to the orientation of all the boxes. For this last full box that I'm going to use on Friday, I did want to be able to use all of the space on the inside of the day extender, so I'm going back to the method I originally started out using. This is the type of day extender that shops sell, but I've never actually purchased any of those. I've always used these long strips of my own sticker paper. I peeled the backing of the sticker paper and folded over, making sure there's enough room for the full box. And since this was going to be for the top of Friday, I did want this one to be folding down also. So I flipped the box upside down and lined it up with the sticker paper. Then I fold it over to the edge of the full box, and I like to flip it over and crease the edge with a washi card. I have learned not to do it on the actual full box because it could smudge it or take some of the color off or just leave a little mark. So I try to do this when it's still on the sticker paper backing, and then I'll use my X-Acto knife and follow the edge of the full box and cut right there. Sometimes I'll have a piece that isn't long enough to actually go all the way down to the bottom of this full box, and that's perfectly fine as well. It really just needs maybe a third box or a half box amount of the sticker paper to actually stick to the planner. But hopefully that was a little more in depth. Let me know if you have any questions. I know it might be a little difficult to follow along since I'm doing a voiceover style, but if you would like me to do a talk through video, I will be getting a new phone very soon, so I should be able to do that. But like I said, I will link Andrea's video down below to see how she does her day extenders. Most of mine are flipping up and down, and she also likes to flip them out to the side. So there are definitely a lot of different ways to use day extenders. I definitely love using them in my spreads. But getting into the week, on Monday, this was the official start to summer. So I used a sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. and I just wrote "Hello Summer." Then I just wanted to mark Coffee Monday. Below that, I used a sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. to mark anxiety. That was definitely spilling over from Father's Day. Then I used some Simply Gilded washi as sort of a third box. I feel like it's very similar to a third box size, and I wish there were more third boxes in these kits. But on this piece of washi, I added a sticker from Sweet Kawaii Design to mark editing. Then I put my full box day extender down, and on the full box checklist, I wrote all of the things I had to do to edit my video. It was a double plan with me, so it took me a long time to edit. I took pictures of both spreads, made the thumbnail, worked on the description, uploaded it, and scheduled it for the next day. In the half box, I used a sticker from Once More With Love to mark sand toys with the boys. In the quarter box, I used a Happy Mail script from Panda Bird Design and a bow paperclip from Planning City to mark some Happy Mail I had received from Run With Craft Scissors. And since I had added the green Simply Gilded washi and my weekend banner, I wanted to use those colors throughout the spread to pull it in a little bit more. And I felt like this size of washi was really useful because it isn't quite as thick as a normal header. Below that, I used a flat lay that was part of the subscription kit. It was on one of the quarter sheets, and I paired that with a YouTube binge script. Then I used a post-it note with a sticker from Once More With Love to mark couch time. At the bottom of this day, I marked watching The Masked Singer finale, and we had quesadillas for dinner. On Tuesday, I tidied up, ran the Roomba, and did some laundry. Both of these stickers are from Sweet Kawaii Design. In the quarter box, I marked uploading my double plan with me. The YouTube button is also from Sweet Kawaii Design. Then I used the darker green Simply Gilded washi. In the half box, I used a sticker from Sweeping Plans. This is where I did my January and February monthly photos. Nikki Plus 3 has been having the option where you can just get the monthly banner, so that is what I have been doing for this year, and I'm filling in the rest of the monthly spread with photos. Underneath the half box, I marked watching the first episode of Families, which was kind of the replacement podcast for Frenemies from H3H3, and he had his parents co-host that podcast with him. There ended up only being 10 episodes, but it was still a really enjoyable podcast while it lasted, especially since Frenemies ended so abruptly. Below that, I used a sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. at the bottom of this quarter box, and this is where I marked one of the phone calls that my husband had with his family. I believe this one was about the wedding and COVID precautions. And then I added my full box and ended my day marking our dinner, which was chicken with salad. On Wednesday, I started with a full box. Then I used a sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. I wrote that I couldn't find my registration. I spent hours looking for it, and then finally my husband found it for me. This was really frustrating for me because I remember all the details from the day that I received my registration, but I just couldn't remember where I ended up putting it. The only reason I didn't put it on as soon as I received it in the mail was because I realized I needed a screwdriver and I was in a rush to cook dinner, so I just put it off, and on this day I was going crazy trying to find it. There was so much that I was trying to get done that day, but I couldn't focus on anything else until I found that registration. I even looked into what I would have to do to get it replaced, but thankfully my husband found it pretty quickly in a spot that I thought I checked thoroughly. But anyways, below that I used a quarter box and I marked doing my monthly photos for March. Then I used more of the Simply Gilded washi and some stickers from the kit to mark a grocery run. This was actually a header that I cut to fit in this space. Below that, I used a post-it note paired with a family walk script. Then I used a sticker from Sweet Koi Design to mark watching Loki with my husband and sister. Then I added some of the lighter green Simply Gilded washi. I decided to alternate the colors. In the half box, I used a sticker from Fox and Pip. I wrote that I was up late talking to my sister. And for dinner this evening, we had spaghetti. Flipping over to Thursday, I loaded and unloaded the dishes. The sticker is from Sweet Koi Design. And I also cleaned the counters. Underneath the checklist, I used some of the Sweet Bean Plans washi and a sticker from Once More With Love to mark that I was really tired. Obviously, staying up late the night before didn't help. In the half box, I used a sticker from Sweet Bean Plans to mark my monthly photos for April and May. At this point, we were still in the month of June, so I wanted to wait until the month was completely over to choose my photos for June. But I am currently in September and I still have yet to do June photos. But like I said, I am now reminded to do that and I'm going to write that on my to-do list. In the quarter box, I used a sticker from Once More With Love. I took a nap, but I ended up feeling worse afterwards. Then I added some of the darker green Simply Gilded washi, and below that I used a post-it note paired with a couch time script, as well as a sticker from Once More With Love. And below that I added a full box, and for dinner we had leftovers. On Friday, I started with my full box day extender that folds down. Inside the day extender, I added a quarter box and a sticker from Sweet Koi Design. My husband went to help his family with yard work to get ready for the wedding celebration. Below that, I used a sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. My husband ended up having a tough conversation with his family during that trip. This one was a lot more difficult because at this point there wasn't a whole lot of understanding about his potential autism diagnosis. In this next section, I know I was trying to take up some space decoratively. I think I changed this up, but I can't remember what I had there originally. Right now, as I'm looking at it, there is some washi from Hello Petite Paper, which I guess I also forgot to mention that one in my washi weekend banner, but I also added one of the decorative stickers from the kit. I knew I only had a couple of things left to mark in my day extender. I wanted to add sushi in there because the colors didn't quite match the colors in this kit, but my husband had brought home sushi for me, my mom, and my sister. The sticker is from Sweet Koi Design. And at the very bottom of this day extender, I used one of the flat lays from the kit and added a planning time script from Templos Crafts. Underneath the day extender, I used a sticker from Fox and Cactus. It was the beginning of the PBC sale, and I made a purchase with Sweet Koi Design and Nikki Plus 3. But I ended up just using a buy all the sticker script instead of having my handwriting there. Then I use a really cute shell divider. And of course, now that it's Friday, I'm realizing that I need to use more of the deco from the kit. So I use a sticky note with a Target pickup script and a decorative sticker paired with that. In the quarter box, I marked looking through Disney books. I was trying to have the boys pick a Disney movie to watch. My older son, PJ, is really against watching movies. It's definitely become a fear of his. And the only movie that they're okay with watching is Cars. So I was going through all the Disney books that we had just to see if there was any other movie that would interest them. We went through every single one, and in the end, we ended up watching Cars again, which is what I wrote in the next quarter box. But below that, I used another strip of the Simply Gilded washi, and I really wanted to fit in the light green Simply Gilded washi as well, so I only had a little bit of writing space, but I just marked washing our guest bedding. I knew my sister was going to be staying with us that weekend, so I washed the bed for her. And as far as TV, my husband and I started watching Atypical, which is a show on Netflix that my sister recommended for us because the main character has autism. For dinner this evening, we had enchiladas. Moving on to the weekend. On Saturday, I started with my full box. Then I added a quarter box and I marked a couple of things in there because there isn't as much room in Saturday, but I used 2 stickers from Sweet Koi Design. I painted my nails and did some filming. Then I used another quarter box and a sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. I marked watching Sweet Tooth with my sister. This was also on Netflix and we kind of just wanted to watch something new. Below that, I used a sticky note and I marked riding bikes with the boys using a bike sticker from Sweet Koi Design. I watched Atypical with my husband and sister, and for dinner we had homemade pizza. On Sunday, I started with my full box day extender. I haven't done a double box scene in the weekend in a while, so I was excited to do that again. Inside the day extender, I started by marking church using a sticker from Fox and Pip. Then I used some Sweet Bean Plans washi and a decorative sticker just to fill in some of that space. I also marked watching Atypical, and on this day, my sister and I finished Sweet Tooth. Underneath the full box, I wrote that PJ loves The Price is Right. This was the first time he had ever seen that show. He's really obsessed with numbers, so he loves shows that have numbers everywhere. Another show that he had been enjoying a lot was The Chase, but it was kind of cool to see him watch this show because it was one of those shows that I would watch growing up whenever I was sick and couldn't go to school, and it brought me a lot of comfort. In the third box, I marked getting McDonald's for lunch. Then I added a half box and paired some of the deco from the kit with a mermaid sticker from Pumpkin Paper Co. My husband and my sister and I all had a really nice talk about a lot of different things that were going on that week. And for dinner this evening, we had pulled pork. But that is all I have for this week. Here are all the stickers I have left over. As I was filming this, I realized that this is one of my last kits from Sweet Bean Plans where she's using this type of paper. They recently switched to vinyl stickers, and I feel like I'm going to miss the texture of these stickers. The shop was the only one with this type of texture of stickers that I have in my collection, so it's just strange that it's going to be changing. I haven't used a kit in the new material, but I have purchased some. I just tend to like to use my older kits first, but now I'm thinking maybe I'll have to hoard one just to have that available to use in the future. But I really love how the spread turned out. These colors are so beautiful together. I love all these colors together. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.